Okay, let's get into some HTML and CSS here. I'm going to dive right into this repo, get this thing cranking. And if I remember where I left off before, I was trying to get a Node web service, Express, I believe, to render out some HTML and CSS. And I finally got that working, which is pretty cool. And so now I'm going to try to play around with a few other things as well. Let's go look at my README to just make sure I understand where I left off. So we built this website, we installed Express, that then renders out the static HTML, which should be under hello website, which is this one right here. So this is a super simple website. And if I go back again really quick to load it again, we can try this out. So we can just go here, node, which then is, let's see here, node to run. App.js. Or is it inside of here? Oh, I see. So it was, I think I had to go inside of HTML, CSS. Then I did node. There we go. Then if I browse it, we should be able to see some kind of hello world. There we go. Got a hello world. Okay. And then if I look at this, we got hello world. All right. So it makes sense. We got that thing. We got that thing cooking. Hello. Now, in terms of CSS, I don't see the CSS here loaded, but maybe. Let's go back here. It's bigger. And that would be a fun thing to figure out is how do I load in? I'm not a CSS expert here. We have this index.html. And why is it not pulling that one in? Oh, I see. Because it's just sending to that port the hello world. So I guess that would be the trick is how do I load in this index file inside of this Node app or this Express app? I could try to figure that out real quick. Let's just go to Node Express tutorial. And we got a hello world. Okay, we got that. Quickly create a sample app. Whoa, that's a lot of work though. Well, sure, why not? Let's try it. So, although I don't know if I want to do that yet. I just want to load a really basic static file. So we got this Express to serve it in a directory called public. That's to use multiple static assets. I see. So what happens if I do that? What if I just say app.use here? Yeah, so we have this. And so how do you then serve out? Oh, use static to create a virtual path where the path does not exist. Require opinionated, getting started, basic routing. This is what we care about. We have this. We have index.js, and we have static express join. And if I go back to this, we have express static. What happens if I don't put that there? What happens? Well, now it's listening. I'm gonna have to kill this. Start it again. There we go. Open a browser. What does that do? So I need to see a more of a basic example here. We have public, hello.txt. There we go. We have JavaScript. We have app. This thing's just hanging, which I don't know. It's because example listening on port. And if I uncomment this out, and I do it again, I get rid of this, we see hello world. But the trick is, I mean, this is one of the trickier things here is how do I actually get more of like a basic hello world here with static files? Hello world simple request handler. What does that one do? That's hello world. We got to look at a couple other examples. What about a serving static files guide? Search static files, virtual host, simple API service. What does this do? API. Yeah, the static one is not really working for me here because if we say var express, express, use, require, get, require Morgan, require path. Let's try that. Ooh. Found. Well, I didn't really want to get into that per se because I just wanted to get into some HTML, but interesting stuff here. So what I can do is see if there's another express. Let's just Google this. Node express index.html. There we go. Basic. Oh, there we go. That's what I need to do. App-get. I don't like or need templates. Yeah, so we want to just do something simple like that. So if we just, oh, I see. So let's just throw this down here. So we need that as send file. And then it's going to be, so let's just comment this out. And res.sendFile index.html. So it's got to be this. About that. Path must be absolute or specific. root. Okay. So we've got the following code worked for me. Public. What does that do? Okay, let's try this. You want to be specific? We'll give you specific. How about that? There we go. Nice. I got something working. Well, that's kind of cool. So I got a task list inside of here working. Well, that's a good goal for today. Is I can serve out static content. So then next time, that was really the goal, is to play around with CSS. So I'm going to go back to the README really quick, and let's go back to this README, and we'll say lesson 2. What we did was lesson 2 got HTML served out. Right. To HTML CSS. Do next in lesson 3. Lesson 3, I want to play around with CSS, right? So I don't really want to do template anything. I want to stick with HTML and CSS. Say next up. Okay, on the bid, I'm going to call it a day and be back in a couple weeks.